Hello there folks, Bonky here, back with another 1000G achievement walkthrough. As you can see by the screen, we're covering the game Calico again. Published by Whitethorn Digital and developed by Peachy Games, it initially released on the 15th of December of 2020 and is purchasable for a price of $12. Of course, your currency might vary depending on your region. There are 13 achievements for 1000G, and most estimates have you looking at anywhere from 6 to 10 hours to get the 1000 on your own, but following along with my video here should get you your completion in approximately 3 hours. If you knew the path, knew exactly where to go, you could get everything done in approximately 2, I think. But for the sake of those of you that are just starting out and learning the game and following along with me, we'll probably be around the 3-hour mark, maybe closer to 2.5. So why are we covering the game again? Well, the game has gotten quite a few updates since the first walkthrough was created. The first noticeable change was the update of 9 of the generic animal names. They didn't change any of the locations or the look of them, but some of the names themselves were changed, and I don't know when that update came out, but I was made aware of it last summer. That wasn't really enough for me to go through and update all of my guides, and unfortunately, the animal name updates weren't retroactive to save files, so you would have to make a new save and go through the game again to test everything. And doing that would have been another 10 hours of me updating everything for the sake of 9 cosmetic name changes, and I didn't really think that was worth the time investment. So I made a couple of notes on my walkthroughs, but before I committed to making those changes, I decided to check with the devs, and I discovered that a gameplay update was going to be coming in the next couple of months. So that was the other kind of reason I decided not to update everything at the time, because I was going to be doing it again in a couple of months anyways. So here it is. The content update has released, and now we're going to redo our walkthrough. For those of you who know my videos, I like to be thorough. There's going to be a lot of information front-loaded in this introduction. We're probably going to be spending about 20 minutes before we actually get into the gameplay overall. So if you don't want to listen to some of the tips and tricks, the things to look out for, stuff like that, and just want to jump into the gameplay, I will have a couple of timestamps that will bring you to those spots. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to name them, but the first one is going to be similar to talking to Kiva, because that is where I discuss how we're going to be skipping through the text of the game. I do recommend looking at that, and then I'm going to cover the basic controls and stuff like that, so you can probably skip to the walkthrough begins timestamp if you're after you read about the text. I do recommend listening to me talk about the text. Everything else is important, but if you fail at, or if you decide I'm not worth listening to, you can probably still, brute force your way through the walkthrough. But again, I like to be thorough with my guides. I like to feel like I'm giving you the information you need should something go wrong to figure it out for yourself as well. So I will be detailing a lot of different info before we begin here. So there are 13 achievements in total, 6 of which unlock for story progression. 1 is for opening your cafe, and the other 5 are for opening the rest of the island up. A 7th unlocks for making a cat or dog large, which is tied to story progression but isn't directly related to a story achievement. And an 8th unlocks for making a bird large, which isn't required for the story, but it is required to get all of the quests completed, so we'll be covering that as well. The remaining 5 are checklist achievements, tied to getting animals, quests, recipes, and meeting all of the townsfolk. The first of these is the most confusing, which is why I'm going to talk about it first. This is the Animal Charmer achievement for... it requires us to meet every type of animal on the island. In the original versions of the game, everyone wrongly assumed there were 13 types of animal. And I did too. I'm not, shoving anyone aside here. I did it too. I assumed there was cat, dog, bunny or rabbit, bird, red panda, deer, bear, fox, capybara, raccoon, ferret, horse, and pig, and the achievement would unlock after you grabbed your first pig in the game. However, when I was doing my new walkthrough, we pushed back the fox of the game beyond the first pig. And the achievement still popped when I grabbed the first pig, meaning the fox isn't considered its own type of animal, and there are only 12 types of animal required for the achievement. Now, maybe there are even less than that, but we need to grab all of the animals anyway, so it doesn't make that big of a difference. But it's interesting that none of us, at least no one I've seen on the internet, picked up on that. All of the guides I've seen have indicated there were 13 different types of animals, myself, my own guides included. And like most of the checklist achievements, the achievement will not unlock until you open up the animal tab after picking up the pig, and we'll be covering that when we get there. But I did want to put that little nugget of info in there, because if there is a chance that the achievement doesn't pop when you pick up the pig, it could be that maybe the fox is considered an animal and it glitched during my walkthroughs, although this is going to be the 4th time going through, and it's popped for me every single time at the pig. So there's a chance that maybe they update this in the future and fix it so that the fox is still one of the 13 types. And the other issue that this achievement has is that with the new animals they added to the game, they added new animal types, but they didn't recode this achievement. So for whatever reason, they decided this achievement wasn't worth updating, and even though there are now far more than 12 different types of animals, this achievement is still going to pop, assuming you follow along with me anyways, when you pick up your first pig on the Clover Coast Beach. The next achievement is for meeting all 22 villagers in the game. You can't get this until after the credits when we finally meet Rosa. And it also requires us to visit the townsfolk menu to unlock it. The next achievement requires us to get all 21 recipes in the game, and this is where the RNG comes in. 15 of the recipes are always available to purchase in shops, or are given as quest rewards, or you get 3 right away when you start the game. The ones always available in shops are the ones that are required for quests. However, there are 6 that are randomly found in shop inventory. Shop inventory expands as you make your way through the game, but it also resets every day, and there's no guarantee any of the recipes you need will be there, with the random ones specifically. To that end, we'll be starting on these rather early, then checking the shops every time we return to Heart Village. And if we still have trouble at the end of the game, we get the Flying Broom, which makes travel almost instantaneous compared to walking, and will make grinding them out a breeze. This achievement will pop as soon as you get, as soon as you get the 21st recipe. The next achievement is for finishing all 46 quests in the game. That's how I divvied them up anyways, and how my walkthrough details them. I do have a text walkthrough if you prefer that medium, however I would appreciate a like and maybe running the video in the background, because I put a lot of work into this. But if you want to use the text walkthrough, the link is in the description of the video. Some of the quests aren't even given by actual townsfolk, but each villager will give you between 1 and 3 quests. And to unlock this achievement, again, you'll need to visit the townsfolk menu after completing every quest. The final achievement is for finding all 63 animals in the game. We'll be guiding you to all of them, so nothing to worry about there. But for those of you that maybe are just kind of watching the guide and like, well, I don't want to listen to this guy for 2.5 hours, there are 3 animals you cannot get until the end of the game when we get the Flying Broom. These are the Forest Spirit Cat / Morgoth, and this name has changed twice now. It was initially the Forest Spirit Cat. They updated it to Morgoth, but when I've been going through on the new version here, it's back to Forest Spirit Cat. So I don't know if that name is just going to keep changing as we keep getting new versions, or what the deal with that one is, but I'm including both names just in case, depending on what version you're using. Forest Spirit Cat Morgoth in Heart Village is up in the trees, and we can't get to it until we can fly. And Mr. Snuggles in Calico 4D in Cutie City. Mr. Snuggles is part of a quest that we can't get until we get to the end of the game, and Calico 4D is up on one of the buildings in Cutie City, and we need to fly to get it. So, obviously, if you follow along with me, we'll get you all of these animals and achievements, again, in probably 3 hours or less. So when has the update changed? For the purposes of our walkthrough, not a whole lot. The 7 new animals that they added are the only real difference for our achievement walkthrough, which is why I tried to optimize the path through the game a little better, saving some of the grindier, long-distance things for after we get the ability to fly. Most of the game-breaking bugs are gone. Saving works fine. Trees and bushes no longer pop in. Your sprint speed is much faster, which makes riding animals almost obsolete. Until we get the horse, anyways. And you get the major gameplay update actually entails the baking minigame in your cafe. Unfortunately, for the devs, we're going to be skipping all of that. So I'm not going to be showing off any of the gameplay updates really from what they added for this gigantic update, because it'll just save us a lot of time and we don't need the excess money you get. And I'll explain that once we get to the baking, but outside of that, we got a few final things to touch on. The game is still a little glitchy. On a smaller level, though, most of the game-breaking stuff is gone. If not all of it. I haven't run into any game-breaking stuff. There is one quest that you can soft-lock yourself out of, but I will be detailing that when we get to it in our walkthrough. But a couple of things to keep in mind as you go through. First, sleeping in your bed is kind of the refresh button of the game. Everything... any of the problems or glitches you may run into, the first thing you should try to do is go back to your cafe and sleep and see if that fixes it. Be it an animal or a villager missing, quests not triggering, etc. Most of that can be solved just by returning to your cafe and sleeping. If that doesn't solve the problem, try saving and quitting out of the game and popping back in. A full restart of the game could fix the problems as well. Beyond that, I don't really have any answers for you. I'm just some guy making an achievement walkthrough. I'm going to try to remember to put a link to the devs Discord in the video description, so that if you have anything you think may be a glitch, you can reach out to them for help. They were quite helpful when the first build of the game was out and I was trying to make an achievement walkthrough then, so that's why I recommend reaching out to them. Obviously, you can ask me too, but they're probably the better option for anything you think might be a glitch. The follow AI for animals is also terribly frustrating. And especially once you get the flying broom, if you have any animals following you around, animals have like a rubber band AI effect where they'll just teleport to you if you get too far away from them. So at the end of the game, we're going to be flying around a lot, and we're going to need some animals to keep up with us. So if you get to where you're supposed to be and the animals aren't there, just try flying away and coming back, and that usually fixes the problem. You can try moving them to different locations using the animal menu, and I'll detail that when we start the game. And if that doesn't work, again, sleeping, saving, and quitting usually will fix any of the issues. Sometimes they just get stuck sitting in one place, though, which has happened to me with the very first animal, Calico, and I wound up having to comb the landscape and found them just sitting stuck next to the river here. Unfortunately, if that happens, there's not a whole lot you can do. There are no animal location markers or anything like that on the map, so if you can't find an animal after all of these other problems, you may just have to comb the landscape or consider restarting a fresh save. Finally, thank God, right? We will be following specific dialogue options as we go through, but most of them are the default option. I try to mention beforehand if we have a specific option we need to pick, but if there isn't anything special about the dialogue, I may not say anything. So just assume that you pick the default option. With that done, we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, only 14 minutes for the intro, not too bad, but we're going to jump in and then get a little control tutorial before we start for real. So go ahead to settings. If there's anything you have personal preference on, feel free to mess around with it, but nothing is required for the game, and you can hit new game to start the walkthrough. Choose whatever name you want. For the purposes of the walkthrough, I'm going to just use the default name. Your name never really pops up throughout the game. And then you can choose whatever you want for character creation. Again, I'm not just going to stick with the default. I was Papa Smurf for the first video, and nothing I could make this time would ever top Papa Smurf, so I'm not even going to try. And it'll save us a little bit of time. We're going to pan through Heart Village here, and eventually we're going to enter a conversation with the mayor. Skipping text can be done with both the A button and the B button. While I already mentioned that there is a quest that can soft lock the game and you can't progress anymore, that happens by skipping with the B button, but I still think skipping with the B button is the better option. Skipping with the B button, if you get to a dialogue option, will just exit out of the conversation and you'll have to restart. Skipping with the A button could potentially have you picking dialogue options, and as I mentioned, while most of the dialogue options are the default, there are some that require a specific dialogue choice, and if you choose something else, you could wind up ending off of the path of our walkthrough here. So if you skip with A, you press A once and then A again, it moves you to the next text box, and then you can press A to move the text to the end of the text box and move to the next one. If you press B, you just automatically skip to the next text box. But if you press B on dialogue, you'll quit out and have to restart the conversation. Luckily, none of the conversations are very long in this game, so at best, you're probably going to have to replay about 4 to 5 seconds of dialogue if you do skip out of a dialogue option. So I do recommend using the B button to skip text. Once you're done talking to Kiva, we're going to cover the basics of the game. You can move with the left trigger, camera movement with the the left analog, camera movement with the right analog. Right trigger zooms in, left trigger zooms out. You can jump with the A button. You can pick things up with the X button. You can press Y to mount animals, although that's not something we have to worry about for a while yet. You can pause the game with the start button. That will allow you to save and quit, and then mess around with settings if you so desire. The select button brings you to the Furniture, Potions, and Toys tab. Keep this in mind mostly for the potions. We're never going to use this for furniture, and we're only going to use it for toys once near the very end of the game. But we will be using the potions a lot, so the teleport to cafe potion, if I ever tell you to return to the cafe, I mean use the potion. There are 2 or 3 other potions we'll use throughout the game, but primarily we'll be using the teleport to cafe potion. In the upper left-hand corner, there's a timer that displays the time of day. Not all that big of a deal for our walkthrough, but you can see there's a tiny little arrow poking up that indicates it's now almost 9 a.m. There's also the day of the week. That doesn't have anything to do. Nothing in the game is tied to day of the week. And then there's our currency. So we have 500 beans. If I ever say beans throughout the playthrough, I am referring to currency. Right bumper will allow you to pet animals, although my character is just kind of glitching out there. Left bumper pulls out a toy so you can play with them. Neither of those are really tied to achievements, though we do have to play with one cat near the end of the game for a quest progression, so remember that button press. And in the bottom left we have a D-pad menu. Pressing down will bring us to the character creator, so you can change anything about your character. Pressing right or up will bring you to the quests/animals/townsfolk tab. This is where you'll pop your achievements for the checklist achievements once you get the objectives completed. The quest tab here just shows you what quest you're on, and you can press A on the quest to pin and unpin them to your HUD. There are 3 quests that we'll be doing this for as we go through the game. The Animals tab shows you where all your animals are, whether they're in a certain area of the island or if they're in your party or at the cafe. If you go to an animal, you can change their name, but we don't need to do that for achievements. Or you can choose their location by going to status. You can send them to your party. As you can see on the left there, you can have 5 animals in your party or up to 10 in the cafe. And if they are in your party or cafe, you can then send them to free roam, which will return them to where you found them in the wild. Finally, we have the Townsfolk tab. Won't be using this much except for popping achievements, but if you do need to remember what a character looks like, there is a picture of them here. So if I tell you to find Mayor Kiva and you don't remember what the mayor looks like, use the Townsfolk tab that has an image of the villagers you have talked to already. The hearts on the right indicate whether you've completed all of their quests or not. That's all that really correlates to. And then finally, we have a map. As you can see, we have the middle section of the map unlocked. That's why there's all those question marks there. Those question marks indicate villagers. And once we meet the villagers, they turn into a little icon of themselves on the map. So as we go through the game, you're going to want to reference the map a lot. If I tell you, for example, to find the mayor, and you still don't know what the mayor looks like, look at the Townsfolk tab to get the idea of what the character looks like, and then you can match it up with their little icon on this map. There are 2 or 3 locations each character can be in. One of them will always be your cafe. You can always find a character once you meet them at your cafe. And for most of them, the locations are just at their house. But there are a few that can wander, specifically once we start opening up the other areas of the map. And I'll do my best to apprise you of their locations and possible locations as we go through together. But if you can't find someone where they are in my game, open up the map and look for them on the map using the icon. And you can zoom in and zoom out of the map, and you can get rid of the icons by pressing the A button. And that's all there is to it. Nothing to it. 21 minutes of introduction. God, I'm a nerd. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So go ahead and walk over to the mayor. Go ahead and talk to her. And we have a specific dialogue option to choose here. That gives us villager number 1 of 22 for Mayor Kiva, and she gave us the first quest in the game, the Getting Started quest. But as we work our way through, we need to choose spooky furniture here. So go ahead and press A to pick spooky furniture, and now we're going to go inside and place the furniture. Press Y inside here to turn into a furniture placing arrow. You can move around, press A on items to pick them up. When you have them picked up, you can press X to put them in your inventory. And you can change the wallpaper and stuff like that too, but for the purposes of the walkthrough, we're not going to be bothering with that. Hit select in here once you're an arrow to open up your furniture menu. Press A on spooky, and you'll see we have tables, chairs, and sofas. We're going to place all 4 of the spooky chairs. So move it up against the wall, and then just press A to place it, and we're going to repeat the process for all 4 items. If I didn't say it already, you open up your inventory by pressing the view select / back / whatever it's called now button. Once you have all 4 chairs placed, press Y to return to human form and go out and talk to the mayor again. This will advance the quest. We now need to find Calico. Calico can be wandering all across the cafe, so just look for them. They may have followed you inside. They may be outside. Just look around until you find them and pick them up. That is animal number 1 of 63 and animal type 1 of 13 for picking up your first cat. Hit left bumper to bring up the quick menu for their status. So as you can see, we have go to the cafe, follow me, and be free. These correlate to the go to the cafe, join my party, free roam options that we saw in the animal menu. So for Calico, we're going to have them follow us to advance the quest, and then we're going to go talk to the mayor. Work your way through the dialogue here. Now go back to Calico, pick them up, hit left bumper, and tell them to be free. Ever since the update, I've been having Calico follow me, and their follow AI glitched way the heck out. So I have started leaving Calico here for the time being. Go inside, back to your kitchen. We're going to cook a few things. Press X on the floating recipe book, and you'll see a sweet category that has a cookie recipe, a savory category with a coffee recipe, and a fancy recipe or category with a macaron recipe. You can see on the right there that there's 6 slots in our display case to put items. The first 6 items you make are automatically placed, and then you can press X on this recipe menu to add the items to the display case if you have a 7th or 8th you'd prefer to place, but for the purposes of the achievement walkthrough, we won't be dealing with that. You can also see there's a base price for making the item, and then a bonus multiplier. If you want to make all the recipes feel free and do all the mini games, that's how you earn the bonus multiplier. For the sake of going through the achievement guide, we're not going to be bothering with any of that. All we're going to do is press A on a recipe, then press start to skip it, and it will automatically be made. And the base price is more than enough to get all of our achievements, so that's what we're going to be doing. Press A on the cookie recipe, you'll zoom in. You can see kind of all the basics of what you're going to be doing. There's a fridge down there with ingredients, a cabinet above us with ingredients, and a shelf above us with ingredients. We just need to throw the ingredients in the pot, and then we'll get some mini games to cook the items. Again, if you want to mess around with that, feel free, but we don't really need to do it. You can pause the games and select finish it for me, and that will not give you a bonus, but if you look at your display case, you'll see cookies are now in it. Press X to open the floating recipe book, choose the savory tab, press A on coffee, and finish it for me, and we're going to do the same thing for the macarons. With all 3 recipes done, we're going to run back outside and talk to the mayor again. That's our first 3 out of the 21 recipes, FYI. Go ahead and talk to the mayor. This is going to turn in our first quest, so completed quest number 1 of 46. We're going to get the Path to the Mountain quest automatically, and we're going to unlock our first achievement, the Open for Business achievement. That's number 1 of 13 for 30G, getting us to 30 out of 1,000 total. Turn to your around here and face the red bridge, and we're going to walk across. You'll eventually get to a crossroads here. Remember this crossroads. I'll be using it as a point of reference a lot. When you get past, turn to the left, and in the trees here, there should be a dog wandering around. This is Aussie the dog, animal number 2 of 63. Make sure you always pick them up to register them. And this is animal type 2 of 13 for picking up our first dog. Hit left bumper, and we're going to choose go to the cafe. And now we're going to return to the path and continue the way we were heading. There's a tree house on the left over here, and we're going to talk to the person who lives in it, Maya. Press A to talk to Maya, and choose the oh no what's wrong option here. And this will advance the Path to the Mountain quest. Then talk to Maya again, and work your way through the dialogue to get the Owl by Herself quest, which is quest number 3 overall. Just an FYI, I'm going to be saying this is quest number 3 when we pick up the quest, but when I say we've completed quest number 2 of 46, that doesn't necessarily correlate to the second quest we picked up. I have them notated in different forms in my walkthrough, so you know when you pick up a quest, and then you know how many quests out of 46 you have completed when you turn one in. So when you're done talking to Maya, follow the path some more. We're going to run into town. After like 7 or 8 seconds, you start sprinting, and it's much faster than it used to be. However, it's a bit annoying to wait the 7 or 8 seconds. When you get into town, jump on the balcony over here. There should be a black cat, but they do have the ability to jump down in front of the buildings and wander. So just wander around until you find the black cat. This is Char the cat, animal number 3 of 63. Press X to pick up Char, left bumper and select follow me, then pick up Char again and press B to place them on your head. This has them in easy access mode for when we have to use them for a quest later on. If you did have to go down the buildings, go up the path here and turn left to find Oliver by the dumpster, or if Char was on the balcony, just walk over here. Talk to Oliver and say, just saying hi, this is villager number 3 of 22. Turn around and enter the picket fencing here. There should be a white bunny hopping around, Stanford. So go ahead and pick up Stanford, that's animal 4 of 63, animal type 3 of 13, and then pick them up, and tell them to go to the cafe. Since I've done this, I've had 2 separate instances of Stanford not being here. He may be wandering outside of the picket fence somehow, so feel free to look around. But if he's not here, again, go back to the cafe and sleep and try coming back. Hop over the fence, and we're going to introduce ourselves to Ash here. Ash is villager number 4 of 22. And then we're going to talk again. We're going to work our way through, and we have a couple of dialogue options to choose here. Hey, what's wrong with Sweet and Cutesy? And work your way through to get the Spooky Scary Furniture quest, which is number 4 overall. Immediately talk to Ash again. Say, I did the thing, and that will turn in the quest. Ash just wanted some spooky furniture in our cafe, and that's why we picked spooky furniture from Kiva so that we could finish that quest without much of a problem. That's quest number 2 of 46 completed. Turn around, and we're going to go back down the hill here, and in front of the yellow building, Estelle should be standing there. Go ahead and talk to Estelle. That's villager number 5 of 22 to introduce yourself. Talk to Estelle again. Say, I wanted to talk to you about something. And then work your way through the dialogue to continue Maya's quest. Then chat with Estelle once more. Work your way through the dialogue to get the Deliver the Goods quest, which is quest number 5 overall. Now at this point, you have to check your map and determine where the mayor is. Now she may still be at your cafe. You can see her little icon there. Unfortunately, the icons don't get any bigger. But there's also a chance that she could be at the community center or at her house. Just look for wherever she is. And then after we talk to the mayor, we need to talk to Maya, who should still be at her treehouse. So for us, we're going to teleport back to our cafe, because that's where the mayor is. But if she is somewhere else, feel free to go talk to her wherever she is. Just work your way through the dialogue here to advance Estelle's quest. And now we need to return to Maya. So talk to Maya, say I did the thing to work your way through the dialogue and turn in quest number 3 of 46. And now we're going to run to back to Estelle's shop and talk to her again. So talk to Estelle, say I did the thing. That'll turn in quest number 4 of 46. Now go ahead and run inside. You can't access her shop by talking to her yet, which is really weird. But you can by interacting with the cash register. So press X, and we're going to purchase the Croissant Recipe, which should be 800 beans, and we should have 1,000. So press A to buy it. That should bring you to 200. Now there is a chance that villagers have shopped at your cafe, which means you may have more money. Even if you have the minimum amount, don't worry, you can still get through the achievement walkthrough fine. With that done, we're going to back out and teleport back to the cafe again. If you had to already. Go inside and we're going to sleep. Again, the sleep is kind of the refresh button of the game, so I tend to sleep a lot. It also resets shop inventory, which can be important. Not so much at this point in the game, but I probably sleep a little bit more than you need to. But again, because it refreshes everything, it's not a bad idea. Run downstairs, go outside, cross the bridge. We're going to return to the crossroads here, and we're going to take a right at them. Following the path here, you're going to go down a steep staircase here, or you can just jump down it like I do. And across the red bridge here, you're going to see Poe the Raven hopping around. Pick up Poe. This is animal number 5 of 63 in animal type 4 of 13 for getting your first bird. Hit left bumper and select follow me. And now turn to the left from Poe and head into the trees over here. Watch on your right for a lighthouse, and when you see the lighthouse, start walking towards it, but watch your left side for a dog wandering the woods over here. This is Boots the dog, animal number 6 of 63. Go ahead and pick them up. Then look right from the lighthouse, and there's a giant log over here. And as you get close, a giant cat butt is going to pop in. And we're going to save ourselves some backtracking by running into this giant cat butt right now. So run around for like 5 seconds. Push the legs around. Just make sure that you are confident the game has registered you ran next to the cat butt. And when you're done, we need to return to the front of the mountain so we can work our way up the path. On the way up the path, you may run into another raven. It shouldn't be until you're near the top, but they're supposed to be all the way at the top, but they can wander down onto the path. So just keep your eyes peeled as you go up. There they are. This is Inkwell. We're just going to pick up Inkwell and put them back down. That's animal number 7 of 63. And then we're going to go inside. And Autumn should be inside her house. Go ahead and talk to Autumn. And work your way through the dialogue. That's villager number 6 of 22. Go ahead and talk to Autumn. I apologize. Press B to pull Char off of your head, then talk to Autumn. And then you can choose, is this your Char? That is my bad. Work your way through the dialogue here. That will advance a quest, and Autumn tells us to come back tomorrow. So teleport back to the cafe. We're going to go upstairs and sleep. And then we have a few things to take care of before we leave the cafe. So we're going to hop down the stairs here. Press Y to become a furniture arrow. Press select to open your inventory. Press A on rad. And we're going to place one of the rad partitions. So just right bumper so that it's lined up against the stairway wall or stairwell here. That way it's out of our way and we won't run into it. And once you place it, press Y to become human again. Go back and interact with the recipe book, and we need to make the croissant recipe. So press A, press start, finish it for me, and we're good to go. Run outside and find Calico. They may be inside with you, but look around for them. Press X to pick them up, and press B to place them on your head. And now we're going to return to Autumn again. So turn right at the crossroads, follow the path down the stairs, across the bridge, and up the mountain. Autumn should be outside now, so go ahead and talk to her. Say, good morning, how goes the potion? And work your way through the rest of the dialogue. When your dialogue is done, press B to pull Calico off of your head. Hit the select button to bring up your potion menu, and choose the big small potion. This will throw Calico, make them very large, and you will also unlock your second achievement, the Giant Rider achievement, for 50G, getting you to 80 out of 1,000 total. From here, you can kind of decide if you prefer riding Calico or sprinting. Sprinting is faster overall, but it does take longer to get up to speed. So it's kind of personal preference, but I do think sprinting is faster. So what we're going to do is pick up Calico and tell them to be free, and that way they'll return to the cafe. And we're just going to jump off the edge heading this direction. We're going to start running, and once we do, we're going to jump over the river to head back toward Heart Village. We need to go back to Estelle's shop. So go ahead and talk to Estelle. She should be wandering out here. Select Need Anything. And you're going to have a couple of dialogue options here. So work your way through, choose Yeah, they've come by the cafe, and choose Why Me. And now we're going to go up the path and talk to Ash. And also, you'll notice there are some colorful bunnies hopping around. We'll be dealing with that in a second. Go talk to Ash. Say, I wanted to talk to you about something, and then choose... sorry about that. And you see what happens when you press B on the dialogue. Work your way through, and then we're going to choose You're Pretty Sharp once multiple options show up, and then just work your way through the rest. Ash wants coffee in our cafe. We already made coffee. But instead of telling Ash that, we're just going to go back to Estelle and say we completed the quest. Little weird, but hey. Go back to Estelle, say I did the thing. This will turn in your 5th quest out of 46, and you'll get the Tarts Recipe as a reward, which is number 5 of 21. Go next door and meet Maribel here, villager number 7 of 22, and then talk to her again and work your way through the dialogue to get the fashion photo shoot quest. That's quest number 7 of 22. I'm sorry. That's just quest number 7. Then go back up to Ash, and we're going to deal with those colorful bunnies. So talk to Ash, say need anything, work your way through the dialogue, and we need to return the colorful bunnies to the white picket fence. So turn around and go behind where Oliver's dumpster is. There's a blue and a green bunny that hop around these buildings. So here's the blue one. Pick up the blue one, press B to place it on your head, and then look for the green one. Again, they wander the buildings here. Just keep an eye out for them. When you have the blue and green, run into the picket fence, drop your green one, press B to pull the blue one off your head, and drop that one. And then return to the front of Ash's house where the orange bunny is hopping around. Place them on your head and keep walking to the right here to find the purple bunny. And we're going to return both of them. And now we need to return the same direction those two bunnies were in. Mayor Kiva's house is down here, and the pink bunny is hopping around in front. So we're going to pick up the pink bunny, place them on our head. We're going to grab Patches, the red panda here. So pick them up if the game will let you. There we go. That's animal number 8 of 63 and animal type number 5 of 13 for picking up a red panda. Hit left bumper and select follow me. And now look around for a chicken that's hopping around over here. This is Starshine the chicken, animal number 9 of 63. With those 3 things done, we're going to move beyond the mayor's house and down a hill over here. There's a red house with a garden in the back, and a yellow bunny is hopping around the garden. So pick up the bunny, and now we work our way back to the picket fence. You can take a shortcut by just running over the hill here. And then the final bunny is on top of that hill where we just ran. So we'll drop these 2 off. And in between the 2 buildings up on top of the hill is a garden with the red bunny. Pick up the red bunny and we're going to return. Look for Ash. They've probably moved in front of Estelle's shop now. And we need to talk to them. So they could still be in front of their house, but I'm pretty sure most times they move down to the store at this point. So talk to Ash, select I did the thing. That will turn in quest number 6 of 46. And now we're going to return down the path here to that house that had the yellow bunny in the backyard garden. That is Poppy and Lily's flower shop. And both of them should be in front of the building, so we're going to introduce ourselves. So talk to Lily first, that's villager number 8 of 22. And then talk to her again, select need anything, and you'll get the mushroom spores quest, which is quest number 9. Now, Poppy is a lot of fun, because we can get almost all of his quests done instantly, which is why we placed the rad partition and made the croissants. So, go ahead and introduce yourself to Poppy. This is villager number 9 of 22. Talk to him again, select need anything, and this gets you the rad dad quest, quest number 10. And we're going to immediately talk to him again. Choose I did the thing, and that turns in the Rad Dad quest, which is number 7 of 46 complete. Talk to Poppy again, choose need anything, and you're going to have a few dialogue options to choose here, so select yeah, I have, and then choose That's Thoughtful. And that gets you the Cat Cafe Croissants quest, which is number 11. Talk to him once more, say I did the thing, to turn it in. That's quest number 8 of 46 complete, and you're going to get the sandwich recipe, which is recipe number 6 of 21. Turn away from Poppy here, and turn left on the path to find Chompy the cat over here. Not Chompy the goat, it's Chompy the cat. Animal number 10 of 63. Run up the hill in the center of town, and on this edge near where Lily and Poppy's house is, there's usually a cat wandering. You can see they just went around the corner, and you can see the display that someone just bought something from our shop there. The little green rectangle that popped up there. Just an FYI. Remember that for later. But pick up Pudgems the cat, animal number 11 of 63, and place them back down. And then we're going to talk to the person wearing blue in front of the blue house. This is Sunny, villager number 10 of 22. Chat again with Sunny and work your way through the dialogue to get the anniversary date quest, which is quest number 12. Now we're going to go to the red house here and introduce ourselves to the person wearing red, Blossom. Talk to Blossom, villager number 11 of 22. Talk to Blossom again, and we have to choose a specific option here. Choose Yes, I Love Them, and that will get you the Welcome to the Neighborhood quest, which is quest number 13. Teleport back to the cafe. When you go inside, press Y to become a furniture arrow, hit the select button, choose a flower furniture item, and select one of the flower wall decos and place it on the wall. Press Y to become human, go upstairs and sleep, and then we're going to run back into town. Just an FYI, as I've already mentioned, villagers tend to have 2 or 3 different spots, but they do tend to have, like, an introduction spot. So Blossom and Sunny stand in front of their houses for the introduction, but they never go back after you meet them. From this point on, they're either going to be in your cafe or they're going to be in their gardens working. So run back to the gardens, talk to Blossom, select I did the thing, and that will turn in quest number 9 of 46. Talk again, and you're going to have a couple of options to choose here. Select I love it here, and then choose a tea party sounds amazing. That will get you the Sweet Tooth quest, which is number 14, and the Roll Cake recipe, which is recipe number 7 of 21. Go ahead and talk to Sunny. I did the thing to turn in quest number 10 of 46. And then talk to her again and work your way through the dialogue to get the Trixie Business quest, which is number 15 of overall. Or number 15 overall, sorry. Okay, with that done, you should be over 2,500 beans. I have a few extra because some customers have visited my cafe. But at the minimum, you're at 2,500, and that's all we need right now. Go down to Estelle's shop, and you can chat with her to shop now. You don't have to go inside if you don't want to. Select what's for sale. And we're going to buy the Bagel recipe, and we're going to buy the Cupcake recipe. And then we're going to go up the hill here, and we're going to talk to Oliver. And we're going to select what's for sale, and he should be selling the donut recipe. You can see here that he has 3 other recipes for sale. I don't recommend buying them yet. We may have the money for them, but we'll worry about that in a little bit here. If you really want to do it, feel free, but it's not really worth worrying about right now. You may have less money than me and may not be able to afford it right now, so don't worry about it. Just get the Cupcake and Bagel recipe from Estelle and the donut recipe from Oliver, and now we're going to teleport back to our cafe. We're going to go back inside and make a couple recipes. So we need to make the roll cake, the bagel, and the donut. So we'll make the bagel first. We'll make the donut. and we'll make the roll cake. With that done, find the large Calico, who should just be standing out front. Press Y to get on top of them, and we need to ride them for a bit. So follow the path here. When you get to the crossroads, follow it left. The path is kind of overgrown, but if you look closely, you can kind of see where it goes. And just follow it to run through the rock slide here. This is going to pop your third achievement, the Pathfinder achievement for 50G, getting you to 130 out of 1,000. And this also finishes quest number 11 out of 46. I, again, recommend not running on the cat anymore, so we're going to press Y to get off, press X to pick them up, and select Be Free. And now we're just going to run up the hill and work our way deeper into the mountains. When you get up to the top here, there's a fork, and Tap Dancer the deer will be wandering. So go ahead and pick them up. Animals are constantly moving, but if you kind of get on top of them, they stop. So I recommend just sprinting at them when you see them. And if you get over top of them, they stop moving for a second, as long as you're nearby. If you overshoot them, they may start running again, but try to just get them to stop running by jumping in their personal space, so to speak. Pick up Tap Dancer the deer. That's animal number 12 of 63 and animal type 6 of 13 for picking up a deer. And now we're going to take a right and go down the hill here. Start jumping. Once you run, it'll save you some time. And when you get down at the bottom, you can talk to the construction cat here. Work your way through the dialogue to get the Big City Dreams quest, which is number 16 overall. And now we're going to go all the way back up the hill and turn to the right when we get to this intersection. I recommend jumping as much as you can once you start sprinting. Because the terrain is uneven, and your character will kind of like fall, which slows you down significantly. Jumping does slow you down a little bit, but you're more in control of it. Work your way up the hill here, and you should see Rusty the cat at the very top. Pick them up. That's animal number 13 of 63. Turn to the right, and you should see a wolf wandering around over here. This is Marshmallow, who's actually considered a dog, so that's animal 14 of 63. You should see 3 polar bears wandering the woods over here, a mama and 2 cubs, so pick up all 3 of them. And those are animals 15, 16, and 17, out of 63. And animal type number 7 of 13 for picking up a bear. Go further into the woods here, and you should see Hoots the owl hopping around. This is one of the newer animals that was added, so they do not count towards the animal type achievement. But that's animal number 18 of 63. And now go ahead and talk to Freya, villager number 12 of 22. Work your way through the dialogue here to advance the Big City Dreams quest. Talk to Freya again, select Need Anything, and you'll get the Feathered Friends quest, quest number 17. Pick up Poe from behind you, hit the left bumper, and go to the cafe. Then talk to Freya again to say, I did the thing. And that will turn in the quest. Quest number 12 of 46 complete. Talk to Freya again, need anything, and you'll get the Snack Swap quest, which is quest number 18, and work your way through the dialogue. I accidentally pressed B there to back out, so make sure you're cautious of that. Make sure that you're finishing off all your quests. If you do press B at the wrong time, you may finish a quest or finish dialogue without accepting a quest, so just be aware of that as you go through. So before you go away, and Maya just walked into the shot here, there is a chance that Maya has left her treehouse and is working her way up the path to Freya's. For us, she's already up here, but this could be happening at a different time for you than it is for me. The game is a little funky with its AI sometimes. So if Maya is working her way up the mountain to you, just go meet her or wait up here for her and we're going to talk to her. So talk to Maya. We're going to select Owl Club, twice. That will advance the Big City Dreams quest. And then we're going to return to the cafe and sleep. When you wake up, if you didn't talk to Maya, go find her now and say Owl Club twice. But if you did talk to Maya, we just need to run into town and meet Ash now. Ash can only be at Estelle's shop or at their house, so check those two possible locations for them. I don't see Ash in front of the shop, so they should be over by their house. So go ahead and talk to Ash. Select Owl Club, and Ash will say that they have deliveries to do, so we can't do the Owl Club meeting yet. We're going to take a bit of a hiatus from the quests here, and we're going to do a little bit of shopping. So you should have 14 to 1500 beans now, and if you have more like I do, that means customers have been visiting your shop, and that's fine. We are going to be visiting Estelle, Oliver, and Poppy and Lily's shops repeatedly, looking for certain items as we go through the game. For Estelle, we're going to look for a cake recipe, a cloud furniture item, and that means a chair, a table, or a rug, and any random type of chair. For Oliver, we're going to be looking for a cream puff, a cornet, C-O-R-N-E-T recipe, a muffin, a bread, and cheesecake recipe. We're also going to search Oliver's shop for any one cloud furniture item and any random chair. If you do manage to get one at Estelle's, you don't have to worry about looking for it at Oliver. Right now we need the 6 random recipes, a single cloud furniture item, a single chair that is non-spooky, and a succulent chair from Poppy and Lily's shop. And Estelle's shop has the cake recipe and can carry cloud furniture and generic chairs. Oliver's shop has the 5 random recipes and can carry the cloud furniture and a random chair. And Poppy and Lily's shop has the succulent chair, and there's also at least a flower chair that can be there. There may be other types of random chairs as well. But we need those specific items for quests. And because the shop inventory is random, but it resets when we sleep, we're going to be checking these shops basically every time we come back to Heart Village to see if the recipes are here. If we get to the end of the game and we still have some of the recipes left, we're going to use the brooms to, or the flying broom to grind out the remaining recipes, but more than likely you'll get through without any issues here. So what we're going to do first is go down to Estelle's shop. The cake recipe for me has always been the hardest to get, so I tend to look for it first. So choose what's for sale and just look through. We don't have a cake recipe. We don't have a single chair, but we do have a 300 bean cloud table, and that's what we need for the cloud furniture quest. There's also, I believe, like $150 cloud furniture item. And then there's a $750 cloud rug. I recommend going for the cheaper items, but if you can't find anything but the rug, feel free to buy that. But we're going to buy our cloud table now, and now we're done with the cloud table. We don't need to look for cloud furniture anywhere else. We're going to run up to Oliver's shop. What's for sale? And we're going to look for a single chair, which we can buy the egg chair from him. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has any recipes, so we'll have to keep looking for recipes from the two of them, but we've gotten the cloud furniture item and the non-spooky chair item that we needed to get. And now we're going to run over to Lily and Poppy's shop. Lily and Poppy both share the same inventory, so you just have to talk to either one of them to access the shop. You don't have to talk to both. So go ahead and talk to one of them, choose what's for sale, and we're going to look for a succulent chair. Again, if you still need a random chair item, they do sell the flower chair, and you could purchase that as your random non-spooky chair item. But a succulent chair looks like a flower pot with small little green leaves poking out the top, and they don't have it for sale today, so we can't purchase it. So that means the next time we visit the town, for me specifically, we're going to be looking for Estelle and Oliver's recipes, and then a succulent chair from Lily and Poppy. Yours will be different depending on what items you were able to find, but just keep in mind what you've purchased and what you need to be looking for from here on out. With that done, we're going to teleport back to the cafe, and unfortunately we have a little bit of running to do here. Not every quest that has long distance running can be put off until we get the brooms, so we have to run all the way up the mountain. So we're going to return to where Rusty was at the top of the hill. Well, not really the top of the hill, but the top of the small hill there. And just keep running forward and hold left. When you get here, you'll notice a steep path up and then a small path to the right that goes around the mountain. Remember that path to the right for later? There's an animal over there, but it takes like a whole minute or two to go get it now, and we're just going to wait until we get the broom. So just keep following this path all the way to the top. When you get up to this landing here, you should see a massive bunny hopping around. For some reason, they're way up there, but normally they're down lower. This is Harvey, animal number 19 of 63. Now work your way up into the building. There's a chance there's a dog wandering outside on the porch. They can be inside in the first floor, or they can be up on the second floor as well. But whenever you find them, pick up Yukiko, animal number 20 of 63, and tell them to follow you. So something just happened that is very important, and I'm going to pause to deal with it right now. You may have noticed an indication that Oliver bought something from our cafe, and this is very important. If this happens in your game, and this is very convenient that it happened, stop whatever you're doing unless it requires you to run all the way back up here. So we're going to finish the Lumi quest, and then we're going to return to our cafe. Oliver has differently programmed AI than the other villagers in the game, where if you go to sleep in your cafe, you may have noticed most of the villagers will leave in the morning. Oliver will not. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to finish the Lumi quest here, and then we're going to teleport to our cafe, and I'm going to show you how to glitch out or take advantage of Oliver. So wandering the hot springs here are 3 capybaras. There's Cappy, the small one, so pick them up. And then there's Friendo and Captain Bara, the 2 large ones. Those are animals 21, 22, and 23 in animal type number 8 of 13. Go back to talk to Lumi and introduce yourself. This is villager number 13 of 22, and choose supplies delivery. When you're done talking to Lumi, teleport back to your cafe, and if Oliver isn't in your cafe, then you don't have to follow along with me. You can just rejoin when we're done. And remember this for later. If Oliver is in your cafe, go ahead and run inside and talk to him. Now, this would work better later on in the game when we have more money, but it will work right now for us too. Talk to him, check what's for sale. I don't think his inventory has changed because we haven't slept since we shopped with him. But just remember, he's down here. We're going to go upstairs, and we're going to go to sleep. Most villagers, when you do this, will get up and walk away. You'll notice Oliver doesn't. His AI is programmed differently because he runs the shop, and he can change his locations. He wanders across the island. So the game doesn't reprogram his AI every morning when you sleep, as opposed to the other villagers need to go back to their locations. And because sleeping resets the shop inventory, if you catch Oliver in your shop, you can talk to him, shop, sleep, and then go upstairs or go back downstairs and shop again until you get all of the items you need. For us, he has the cream puff recipe, so we're going to buy that. Nothing else here is what we need, but you can use this to get your chair and your cloud furniture as well, and get as many of the items as you can before you run out of money if Oliver is ever in your cafe. Now this is going to make it a little bit easier for my playthrough here than it might be for you, because there's no guarantee he's ever going to show up in your cafe, but if he does, this is what you want to do. So we've gotten 2 of the recipes from him, and I think we can buy 1 more before we get too low on money. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll buy the bread. And I think that left the cornet and the cheesecake. Let me just double check. Yes. The cornet and the cheesecake, we'll get those later on in the game. We don't have enough money to buy them anymore. I think at minimum you need 600 beans for the recipes. So, but if that happens for you at any point through your playthrough, if you notice that Oliver has bought something from your cafe, drop whatever you're doing, head back to the cafe, and exploit his AI to be able to purchase things. It makes grinding... it makes the RNG so much easier to deal with if you can catch him in your cafe. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with Estelle because she tries to leave immediately in the morning. You might be able to get 1 or 2 attempts at it with Estelle, but it's not really worth it because she only has 1 RNG recipe anyways. So. But anyways, teleport to the cafe. Feel free to sleep if you want, but it's not necessary. And we're not going to bother with any of the recipes in town right now because we don't have any money to. But if you want to go ahead and sleep and then check the shop inventories on your way in, feel free. And we need to find the mayor. Now again, the mayor can be all over the place. At your cafe, sometimes she can be at the community center, the green building there. But if you don't see her there, we're going to take a right and head to her house. Go ahead and chat with her wherever you find her. Select egg, and that delivers the eggs to her. Hopefully she got them before the prices went up. Now we're going to go down the hill to Lily, who again can be at your cafe or she can be at her house. She can go to the front porch too, so if you don't find them in the backyard, look on the front of the building. Talk to Lily and say chair delivery, and that finishes the deliveries. So we need to go talk to Ash. Again, Ash can be at their house or in front of Estelle's. So wander around and just look for wherever they are, and wherever you find them, go ahead and talk. Select deliveries are done, and now Owl Club can meet. We're going to teleport back to the cafe. We're going to go to sleep. And when we wake up, we're going to go downstairs and turn into a furniture arrow with Y. Press A on the cabinet, and press X to add it, or display case, sorry, and add it to your inventory by pressing A and pressing X. I don't think this restricts purchasing anything, but just in case it does, we don't have it gone for very long. We need to return up the mountain now to Freya's house, which is where the Owl Club meeting is taking place, where Maya met us up there. So just work your way back up the mountains. And again, unfortunately, a lot of the story quests just require backtracking and stuff like that, so unfortunately some of this is unavoidable. When you get up here, just jump in between where Maya and Freya are, and Ash will spawn in to start the meeting. Just choose the default dialogue and work your way through. Once the dialogue is over, we need to return to the construction cat. We're going to be going down the hill, so again, once you start running, I recommend jumping when you're going downhill. It keeps your speed up, so you're not dealing with the uneven terrain as much. Turn left at that fork, and then work your way down to the construction cat. Again, once you get down here, the Owl Club members will automatically spawn in and a conversation will start. So work your way through. And then when it's done, talk to Ash, who says they want bagels from your cafe. Luckily, we already made the bagel recipe, so go ahead and talk to them. And that will open up Cutie City, finish quest number 13, and pop the Big City achievement number 4 of 13. For 50G, getting us to 180 out of 1,000 total. There is a chance, and I don't know if this has been patched or not, but the Owl Club members used to have a chance to glitch here, and they just sit at the bottom of the hill for the rest of the game. This hasn't happened for me since the update, so it may have been patched out, but I'm leaving the warning in just in case. We do have to deal with the Owl Club members throughout the rest of our playthrough, and if for some reason you can't find them, there is a chance that they're stuck right here. Cutie City is terrible for landmarks. If you're following my text guide, I number the streets. Following along with the walkthrough here will be a little bit easier, but just keep up with what I do, because there aren't very many good landmarks in this city. Walk to the building here and introduce yourself to Malcolm, villager number 14 of 22, to get the Dance Dance quest, number 19. You're going to have a couple of options to choose here, so skip slowly. I'm sure you won't embarrass yourself. Okay, let me see the first one. That one's perfect. And then don't press B. That is my bad, and now Malcolm is doomed to dance forever. Okay, let me see the first one. That one's perfect. No, your moves are amazing, and then choose good luck. There we go. That will advance the quest, but we can't do anything with it today. To the right of Malcolm, usually between the buildings here, although they can wander around the buildings, is Flappy the Pigeon, animal number 24 of 63. Now go south, or right of Malcolm, and you'll find Trixie the Raccoon at the playground. Hit left bumper and have them follow you. Turn right and you should see a goat wandering over this direction. This is Scruffy the Goat, or Scruff the Goat, sorry about that. Animal number 26 of 63. And keep going further this direction to meet Steve at his house. Villager number 15 of 22. So go ahead and talk to Steve. Introduce yourself, talk to him again, and work your way through the dialogue to get the Cute Potion quest, which is quest number 20. And because we already grabbed our display case, we can immediately talk to him, say, I did the thing, and that will turn in Steve's only quest, which is 14 out of 46 completed. Turn to the left, run down to the colorful flowers and the sign here, and Safety Cat is protecting us from the poisonous flowers. Work your way through the dialogue to get the Corporate Retreat quest, which is quest number 21, and turn around and we're going to head back into the city. We're going to head to the middle street on the map. I dubbed it Street 3 in my walkthrough. And we're going to find the bottom question mark here on the map, which is Zen. Introduce yourself to Zin, villager number 16 of 22. Then talk again and say need anything to get the Variety is the Spice quest, which is quest number 22. Then talk to her again. I wanted to talk to you about something to progress the Lily quest and work your way through the dialogue. Move further down the street, and there should be a cat wandering here, Mary. I have found them up in the alley here. And also, the last time I played this, they like popped out of the building here. So, if you're having trouble finding them, just kind of stand here for a while, and they may come out of this building. But that's animal number 27 of 63. And just a little bit further down the street is Lee. Introduce yourself to him, villager number 17 of 22. Talk to Lee again. And we're going to have a dialogue option at the end here. So choose sure when the option pops up. And that gets you the Arcade Hero quest, which is number 23. Turn right from Lee, and there's an alleyway here that leads down into a, level surface. There should be a raccoon, a lighter colored one, wandering here, but they can kind of wander all the alleyways and maybe get to the edges of the street. So work your way around looking for them. This is Trash King the raccoon. Animal number 28 of 63. Now go down another street and turn right to find Safina. Introduce yourself. Villager number 18 of 22. And that's going to advance a quest. The corporate retreat one specifically. Talk to Safina again. And work your way through the dialogue to get the Perfect Market Data quest. That's quest number 24. Now we're going to turn around and walk away from Safina to the boardwalk here. On your left is a purple building, that's an arcade, and nearby is a black cat. You can see them wandering away right now, but sometimes they can be in the arcade or near the red building there. Pick them up. This is Miss Kitty, the cat, animal number 29 of 63. And if we go further east and jump down to the beach, you can find Ollie, the dog. So pick up Ollie, animal number 30 of 63, and teleport back to your cafe. We're going to go upstairs and sleep. Basically, every time we come back to our cafe, we're going to sleep now so that we can check inventories for the shops. And now we're going to head back into town. So again, we need Estelle's shop for cake, a cloud furniture item, and a non-spooky chair. We need Oliver's shop for the 5 recipes, a cloud furniture item, and a random non-spooky chair if you didn't get it from Estelle. And then we need Lily and Poppy's shop for a succulent chair, and again, a non-spooky chair if you didn't get it from the previous 2 shops. So first talk to Estelle and check her shop for cake. Don't see a cake, at least for me that's what I need. You can also look for the chair and cloud furniture. Go up behind her shop, but there's a chance Oliver isn't here anymore. By this time, he may have moved on to other areas, and that's why I also recommend you pay attention to when he visits your shop, because he starts leaving Heart Village, and unfortunately, he can be all over the place. He eventually moves. You can see he's in Cutie City right now, but he'll go to the Snowbell Mountains. He'll go to Clover Coast and Golden Grove when we unlock them. So it can be difficult to pin down where Oliver is. If you ever run into him in the wild, feel free to check his shop, but more than likely you're not going to see him very much. So from now on, for the most part, we're just going to be checking Estelle and Lily and Poppy's shops when we come into town. For now, go and find Poppy. Poppy specifically. Lily's at the front porch, but Poppy should be in the backyard. We're going to go talk to Poppy. Ask what's for sale and look for your succulent chair, and if you have a need for another small chair, look for that, but I don't see either of those. So we're going to talk to Poppy and select Poison Beach Flowers. Work your way through the dialogue to advance the Corporate Retreat quest. And now we need to go talk to Lily, who should be on her front porch still. For us anyways, again, find her wherever she is. Say, I did the thing. That will turn in quest number 15 of 46. And talk to her again, need anything to get the Magic Catastrophe quest. That's quest number 25 total. When you're done, we're going to move up the hill to the mayor's house. Hopefully she's here. We need to talk to her again. If she's not, again, she can be at your cafe or at the community center. Go ahead and chat with her. Select Poison Flowers. And that will advance the Corporate Retreat quest as you move through the dialogue. Talk to the mayor again, need anything, and you're going to get the Patches quest, which is quest number 26. She wants us to add patches to the cafe. So turn around, get the red panda. Sometimes it can be difficult to pick the specific animal. So pick up patches, hit the left bumper, go to the cafe, and then talk to the mayor, I did the thing, to turn it in. That's quest number 16 of 46 complete. Go ahead and talk to the mayor again, need anything, to get the Magical Mixer quest, which is quest number 27. She wants us to make recipes of each type, so the savory, sweet, etc. We already did that, so talk to the mayor, say I did the thing, and we will turn in the quest, which is quest number 17 of 46 complete, and get the Flan Recipe. Now, I have this marked in my walkthrough as number 17 of 21, because I already mentioned the random recipes. You might have less than that, just an FYI, but I'm going to count it as recipe number 17 of 21, with the assumption that we'll be working on the other recipes as we go through. Now head back down to Poppy, or head back to wherever you may have found him. Select Good to Go on the flowers. That will advance the quest. Find Trixie the raccoon and pick them up. We're going to go up the hill to the blue person, Sunny, and we're going to talk to them to turn in the quest. I did the thing. Work your way through the dialogue to turn in quest number 18 of 46, and you're going to get the Boba Tea Recipe, which is recipe number 18 of 21. Teleport back to your cafe. Once you're done, we're going to go inside. Press Y to become a furniture arrow. Hit select and pull out your cute display case. In case it does affect sales, I put it back down. And now we're going to go upstairs and sleep, which we have to do to advance the story quest here. If you still need to check shops, feel free to do so. We're going to run back into town. It works out that we needed to sleep in order to advance Poppy's quest, but we can also use that to search the shop. So if you still need Poppy's shop and Estelle's shop, check both of them. I'm going to go check Lily and Poppy's shop first, because the way to Cutie City is closer to Estelle's. What's for sale? Still no succulent chair. Again, if you need some random chair, you can look for it here. But we're going to return to Estelle. There's a quest that requires 3 different types of chair. But there's a quest later on that requires a succulent chair. So by getting a succulent chair, we kind of knock out both of the requirements for getting the chair there. Go back to Estelle and look for the cake recipe. Again, the cloud furniture item and the random non-spooky chair if you still need it. But we're done with Estelle now. All we need is Oliver and the Lily Poppy succulent chair. So we're going to go and continue on with our quest now. Go behind Ash's house, and you can just jump off the edge down to Cutie City, since there's no fall damage. We're going to return to Malcolm and talk to him. I wanted to talk to you about something. Just work your way through the dialogue to turn in that quest, which is number 19 of 46. Go ahead and find Lee. Lee can sometimes be down at the arcade, but usually he's on the street you find him at, just on the other side. Or the street you introduced yourself to him at. Go ahead and talk to him. Work your way through the dialogue to advance the Arcade Hero quest. Now we're going to go down to Safina again. And if you're like me, there's a chance Oliver is here, so feel free to check his inventory. We're going to get the cornet and the cheesecake recipe, which I believe are the last two we needed. So all we need now is a succulent chair from Lily and Poppy's shop. But again, I'll keep telling you to go check the shops whenever we go back, and I'll show you the grinding method at the end if you're still having trouble. Go ahead and chat with Safina. Clover Coast is open, and just work your way through the rest of the dialogue to finish the quest. Number 20 of 46, and this will unlock the beach access achievement. Number 5 of 13 for 50G, getting us to 230 out of 1,000 total. We're going to teleport back up to the cafe. We don't have to sleep, but if you want to, feel free. In fact, we're going to sleep anyways, because we still need to talk to Poppy about that chair. So, not a bad idea to sleep here and reset the inventory, because we're going to be running back into the village. If you need Estelle items, go to her first, and then go to Lily and Poppy, because the area we're going next is right behind Lily and Poppy's house. I, of course, have the cloud furniture, the random chair, and the cake recipe, so I'm just going to run over to Lily and Poppy's. So go ahead and talk to either one of them and check the inventory. And there is the succulent chair. That's what it looks like there. We're going to purchase that, and that's all for me. That's everything purchased now. So I don't need to keep checking the shops, but again, I will keep telling you whenever we run back into town to check the shops. But whenever you're ready, when you've checked both of the shops for your items, go behind Lily and Poppy's house, and there's a staircase down over here. We're going to run forward and jump over the edge to land in Clover Coast. Line yourself up with the lighthouse and walk straight towards it, watching your left side for a cat. It can be difficult to see the cat, but I found that lining up with the lighthouse is the best way to kind of direct people to it. This is Vibes the cat. Go ahead and just press B to place them on your head. Turn to the right, and you should be able to see a large ferret wandering around over here. This is Kovu the ferret. Pick them up. That's animal number 32 of 63, and animal type number 10 of 13. To your left, you should be able to see Horsey the horse wandering around. We're going to pick them up. Left bumper, follow me, and now they're in our party, and we can ride them. If you have been riding Calico, send them away. The horse is much better. This is animal number 33 of 63, and animal type number 11 of 13. If you turn to the left, you can find Patch the dog wandering. Sometimes you can't see them from here, but again, I recommend kind of walking to the staircase, aiming toward the lighthouse, and running towards the lighthouse, and you should be able to see Patch the dog over here. Pick them up. That's animal number 34 of 63, and then on the right you should be able to see Marigold the cow wandering around. And pick them up. That's animal 35 of 63, and again, despite that being a new animal type, it does not count towards the animal type achievement. Now head towards the lighthouse, but we're going to ignore it for now. Kind of turn to the left, kind of the direction I'm heading here. And we're going to jump off the edge here, and you should make out a pig near the beach, or on the beach near the water. This is Jiggles the pig. Pick them up. That's animal 36 of 63 and animal type 12 of 13. And now we're going to test our theory. Hit up on the D-pad to bring up the animal menu, and the animal type achievement popped there, despite us only picking up the 12 animal types. So something is weird with this achievement. Maybe it's counting some of the new animal types when it shouldn't be, but it doesn't count all of them. I'm not really sure what's going on here. All I know for certain is that as long as you follow along with me, you're going to get every animal and every animal type eventually. There's a chance that it pops for you here after you pick up your first pig. So Jiggles is animal 36 of 63, animal type 12 of 13, and that pops the Animal Charmer achievement, which is number 6 of 13 for 100G, getting us to 330. Now, if the achievement didn't pop for you, again, I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but the fox is the animal type that doesn't appear to actually count towards this. That was in the original 56 animals. But we're going to be getting a fox pretty quick here, and I recommend trying to pop the achievement then. And if that doesn't work, wait until the end of the game to get super pissed off and think that your game glitched. There is a chance that the Animal Charmer achievement may unlock at the end of the game, and you can get everything else done as well. And speedrunning the game to get just the animals only takes like 40 minutes. It's not too bad at all. You just have to do the main story quests themselves, and then once you get the flying broom, you can get all 63 animals rather quickly. So again, reach out to me if you have any questions or problems with that, but I think I've explained as much as I can here. So keep working your way down towards the beach umbrella after you get Jiggles, and you'll find Loaf the cat wandering nearby. Pick up Loaf, that's animal number 37. You'll see a smaller horse a little bit south of the beach umbrella. Pick up Horsey 2, the sequel, animal 38 of 63. Then start riding your horse even further south, and on your left you should eventually see Wiggles the pig. But I can't grab them. There we go. Wiggles the pig. That's 39 of 63. And a little bit further is Piggles the pig. Animal 40 of 63. So once you have all the animals picked up, find your horse. Press Y to mount them. And we're going to head up the steep hill over here. Kind of ride to the right. Otherwise your horse can't get up on the very steep part. And we're going to return to the lighthouse and introduce ourselves to Kai. Kai is villager number 19 of 22. Work your way through the dialogue, and this is where the giant cat butt comes into play. Now, if you don't get this giant cat butt dialogue, that means the game didn't register you running near the giant cat butt at the beginning of the game. So you'll have to teleport back to your cafe and ride over to the giant cat butt. If you do have to do that, you can actually just jump off the ledge there to get back here faster, rather than having to go to Cutie City or going to Poppy's house and going down the staircase. So run back over to the cat butt if you don't get this dialogue, and then return. But once you do get the dialogue, just work your way through. And that gets you the big problem quest, which is number 28. Talk again to Kai, select need anything, and we have a few specific dialogue options we have to choose here, so follow along with me. Choose I do too. They are all the default options, but a pet is a great idea. A cat, of course. Sure. And now press B, pull vibes off your head. Press A to talk to Kai. I did the thing, and that will turn in quest number 21 of 46, New Friends, which I forgot to mention this, but that is quest number 29. With that done, teleport back to your cafe. We're going to go back to sleep. Again, if you need to check the shops, go ahead and do so. The horse AI is kind of really funky outside of your cafe, so I recommend running away. And eventually he will spawn in and meet up with you. And then we're going to ride into town. Again, if you need to check the shops, check Estelle's shop, Oliver's if he's still here, he probably isn't, and Lily and Poppy's shop. But if you don't need any of the shop items, we're just going to go right to Estelle and select special item for Kai. And now we're going to get back on the horse and just ride back to the lighthouse. Again, if you need the shop items, feel free to check. We need the recipes from Estelle and Oliver, if he's still around. A cloud furniture item, such as a chair, table, or rug. A random chair item that is not a spooky chair. And then you need the succulent chair from Lily and Poppy. But if you don't need anything, return to Kai at the lighthouse. We're going to pop another achievement here pretty quick. And there should be some farm animals wandering around. If there isn't, you'll have to return to your cafe and sleep in a second here. Excuse me. Talk to Kai, select here's your giant lens. You're going to get a quick little move the laser into the crosshairs minigame. Very easy. And now we're going to talk to Kai and say it worked. That will turn in quest number 22 of 46. And we're going to unlock the big solution achievement, which is achievement number 7 of 13 for 50G, getting us to 380 out of 1,000. Go ahead and talk again, work your way through the dialogue to get the Lighthouse Gone Dark quest, which is quest number 30. And again, you'll notice the farm animals are wandering around here. If they aren't, you probably didn't sleep when we last went to town, or if maybe you did and the game just glitched, you'll have to go back to your cafe and try to sleep again. Go into your quest tab with right on the D-pad, select the Lighthouse Gone Dark quest, and pin it to your HUD. And now you can see there's a counter there for all 4 animals. We need to get all 4 animals down to the beach. So what we're going to do is we're going to find one of the animals, pick them up, and put them on our head. We're going to find one of the second animals, pick them up, and have them follow us. That's the same thing we're going to do for the third animal, left bumper, follow me, and then we need to find the fourth one. And once you do, pick them up so they're in your arms. This should have all 4 of the animals with you. And we're just going to run down to the beach and run as far as we can toward the water. The rubber band AI for the pigs and horses should have them follow you down. And watch the quest. When it says go talk to Kai, that means the game has registered all 4 animals are down to the beach and you can go back up the hill. Again, try to go to the right up the hill because it's less steep and your horse can make it. And then you can return to Kai and just work your way through the dialogue to turn in quest number 23 out of 46. We're halfway through, but the rest of the game goes significantly faster. Press up on the D-pad, hit right trigger to page down a couple of times so you're down to Clover Coast. And we need to find any of the 3 pigs. Doesn't matter which one. Press A on them and then go to status and have them join your party. They may not show up immediately, or they might. And now you're going to have a pig around, which will come in handy for a quest later on. Get on your horse, teleport to your cafe so you don't have to deal with the horse AI, and we're going to return to that log behind Autumn's Mountain. So we're just going to ride the horse down. You can shortcut over the river if you want to, but it only saves about like a second. It's not that important. Work your way around the mountain back to the log, and we're going to go through into the Golden Grove. Immediately you'll see a cat on the path. So go ahead and pick them up. This is Electra von Snugglybutts, animal number 41 of 63. Press B to place them on your head, get back on your horse, and turn left. You should see the bridge over here. Walk to it and get on the path and turn right, and you'll see a fox over here. This is Foximile, the fox. Pick them up. This is animal number 42 of 63. And again, with the animal type achievement, this should be the 13th out of 13 animal types if that achievement didn't pop for you. So place them down, open up the animal tab, and hope that achievement pops. If not, again, don't get too upset. It might just be delayed, or some other animal may not have registered properly. Wait until we get all 63 animals to declare your game glitched. But if you're not worried about that, get back on your horse, and we're going to continue to follow the path. You'll notice the path splits here. Go to the trees in the center. There's a gray cat named Penny here. Pick up Penny. That's animal number 43 of 63. Get on the horse, and you should see a boar wandering around here. That is considered a pig, actually. This is Country Oinks the pig. Animal 44 of 63. Get back on your horse and keep following the path. You'll see a house to the left. And we're going to follow the path to the left to find another villager. This is Daisy, villager number 20 of 22. Talk to her and work your way through the dialogue to get the Secret of the Witching Woods quest, which is quest number 31. Talk to Daisy, work your way through the dialogue. You're going to have to choose It's Great. And then work your way through the rest to get Scaredy Mouse, quest number 32. Immediately press B to pull Electra off your head and talk to Daisy again. Work your way through the dialogue. That's great. And that will turn in quest number 24 of 46. Hit left bumper and tell Electra to be free. Talk to Daisy again and work your way through the dialogue to get the City Mouse quest, which is quest number 33. And now we're going to get on the horse and continue along the path. You'll see a large dog over here. This is Murphy. Go ahead and pick Murphy up. That's animal number 45 of 63. Keep on the path, cross the stream, and watch your left. There's a sheep wandering around over here. This is Cloudy the sheep. Go ahead and pick them up. That's animal 46 of 63. Keep along the path, and we're going to turn right at the split here. And follow the path until you can see a pond on the right. A little bit further past the pond, you should see a deer wandering around, so go ahead and run into them. This is Deer the deer. Animal number 47 of 63. And now keep along the path that you ran off of to get to a house. There's an opossum wandering here, but they can wander the entire house, so check around all sides. This is Todd the opossum, animal 48 of 63. Go ahead and talk to Gabby now. Introduce yourself. That's villager number 21 of 22. Talk again and choose I wanted to talk to you about something, and work your way through the dialogue to advance Daisy's quest. Then talk again and work your way through the dialogue to get the Matchmaker quest. That's quest number 34. Turn around and you can pick up Yukiko. Talk to Gabby again. Say, I did the thing, and work your way through the dialogue to turn in the quest, which is quest number 25 out of 46 complete. Get on your horse and ride around Gabby's house, down the hill, and then turn to the left and follow this forest to see a bear. This is Mr. Bear, the bear. Animal number 49 of 63. Go back to your horse and just kind of go straight here to return to the path. And we're going to follow it back to Daisy. For some reason, you can get kind of slowed down there by the stream. Not sure why. But go ahead and talk to Daisy, say I did the thing, and work through the dialogue to turn in quest number 26 of 46, and get the Cinnamon Rolls recipe, which is recipe number 19 of 21. We're going to return to the cafe, I shouldn't have gotten on the horse, actually. We need to go inside and sleep. We're going to go downstairs, and we need to figure out where some of our villagers are. Specifically, we need Maya first. Maya is not up in the... Or, I'm sorry, we need Autumn first, but we want to know where Maya is. Because she may end up into the mountains next, and that's who we need to talk to for a quest next. So, find Piggles. Piggles may be stuck in the cafe. Or maybe out here. If you can't find them, just start running into Autumn's Mountain. And again, the AI will usually let the animal's rubber band teleport to you. Still don't see him, but it's not completely urgent yet, so we're just going to run up the hill to Autumn. Apologies, I got a little bit ahead of myself there. So work your way up to the top to Autumn. And go ahead and chat with Autumn. Choose Witching Woods and work your way through the dialogue until you get to a 3-choice dialogue and choose to hunt. And that advances the quest. Turn around and see if your pig has followed you. There they are. Pick them up and place them on your head. And now, go ahead and check Autumn's inventory. She may have the Nighty-Night potion. If she does, go ahead and purchase it. And then check your map and look for Maya. She, again, should be by her treehouse, but she can also be up by Freya's in Snowbell Mountains. So go ahead, get on your horse, and we're going to find Maya. And it's very nice that there's no fall damage. So return to the treehouse and talk to Maya. Make sure you have the pig with you. Go ahead and talk to Maya, select Need Anything, and work your way through the dialogue to get the Some Pig quest. Quest number 35. Press B to pull the pig off your head and tell them to go to the cafe. Talk to Maya again and select I Did the Thing. That turns in the quest, so quest number 27 of 46 complete. Talk to Maya again. I wanted to talk to you about something, and work your way through the dialogue. That will advance the snack swap quest we got from Freya a long time ago. If you need to check the shops, feel free to do so. And when you're done, we're going to go talk to Estelle. So talk to Estelle, say Magic Mousy. And then go and find Ash wherever they are and talk to them. Get on your horse and we're going to jump down into Cutie City. And we need to talk to Zin now. Who should be down on the street here. I apologize if I sound a little weird. I'm really stuffed up today. Talk to Zin, choose a Magic Mousy, and work your way through the dialogue. And now we need to return all the way up to Lumi's Onsen, or Spring, I call it, because I'm a cultural buffoon. So if all of the Owl Club members had frozen there, you would have to run and find them in that spot there, which could be confusing. But I haven't seen that happen since the update, so I'm guessing they fixed that since the initial build or version of the game that I made my first walkthrough. Lumi is apparently stuck here, which actually helps us a little bit. So go ahead and talk to Lumi and select Magic Mousy. If she's all the way at the top of the mountain, there's nothing you can do. You have to go all the way up there and talk to her. And now we're going to teleport to the cafe, and wherever our horse is, eventually, they will show up. Or they won't. So we're just going to run our way there. Go back this direction. There's our horse spinning in the water. And just follow the path I take to get back to the giant cat. When you get near the cat, hit the select button to bring up the potions tab, right bumper over to toys, and then select the big mousey with A, hit left bumper to pull it out, and walk up to the cat's mouth to trigger the credits. There's a couple of minutes of doing nothing here, so I'll just shut up for a couple of minutes. And eventually you will be dropped in front of your final villager. So press left bumper to get rid of the mousey. You'll probably be zoomed out farther than you have been, so feel free to right trigger back in so you have a normal viewing perspective. And you'll notice there's a new quick menu at the bottom of the screen, so if you want to hide some of your HUD, you can do that. Unfortunately, it doesn't, I don't know what it's there for, honestly. It's a little weird that it pops up at the end of the game. Whenever you're ready, talk to Rosa, villager number 22 of 22. Work your way through the dialogue, and you're going to get a flying broom. Now turn around, pick up your horsey, left bumper, and tell them to be free, because we don't need them anymore. Now select up on the D-pad and hit the left bumper to go to the Townsfolk tab and unlock the Social Butterfly achievement. This is number 8 of 13 for 80G, getting us to 460 out of 1,000 total. Back out of the menu, go ahead and talk to Rosa, who starts to wander off. I actually have no idea where she went. She's apparently heading to our cafe, which is rather rude. She had a guest here. What path is she even taking? If she does this to you, just find her wherever she went. Talk to her again. Choose Flying Magic. And you'll get the Take These Broken Wings and Learn to Fly quest, which is quest number 36. Talk to her again, work your way through the dialogue. And you're going to have to choose The Woods Can Be Spooky, and then Wow, That's So Fun. Sorry about that, I pressed B and skipped out of the dialogue. Wow, That's So Fun. And that gives you the Beginner's Guide to Witchcraft achievement. I am pretty sure I told my horse to be free. Not sure why they're still following me. Once you have that done, we're going to press Y to get on the broom. Now you can move with the right analog to change your viewing angle, and then push forward on the left analog to go faster in the direction you're aiming. It's not completely like flawless, but it works. And then you can hold right bumper once to increase your speed. If you press it again, you slow back down. I recommend going at full speed. And we need to return into town. Now, we need to find the mayor, who can be by her shop. I see Oliver there, so feel free if you do to check his shop. But we're going to find the mayor, who is by her house. Go ahead and chat with her. And just work your way through the dialogue. This is going to turn in quest number 28 of 46 and unlock your 9th achievement, the Which Way achievement, for 50G, getting us to 510 out of 1,000 total. And now we have a lot to do. We have the flying broom and can go just about anywhere instantly. We have 9 more quests to get and 18 more to turn in. Those will get us our final 2 recipes, and there's still 14 animals wandering around that we need to get. So we're going to finish off the random recipes and items, and I'm going to show you how to do that with the broom. Go to Estelle's shop. Again, this is going to be repetitive, but I'm doing this for the sake of anyone who may not remember what we need to get. We need cake recipe from Estelle's shop, any piece of cloud furniture, a table, chair, or carpet, and that can be found in either Oliver or Estelle's shop. We need a random non-spooky chair, and it has to be a chair, just an FYI. It can't be a sofa. It has to specifically say chair. At Oliver's shop, if he is back in town, you can find the 5 random recipes that he gives. Bread, cornet, cream puff, cheesecake, and I can't remember what the 5th one is off the top of my head. And then finally, and if you can get a chair from him as well, we need to do that, or the cloud furniture. And finally, Lily and Poppy's shop, where if you cannot get the random chair from anywhere else, we can find a flower chair there, and we also need to purchase specifically a succulent chair. And I'm going to show you exactly how to handle that, especially if Oliver isn't here. So if Oliver isn't here, go to Estelle, buy whatever you can. Go over to Poppy and Lily and buy whatever you can. And then teleport back to your cafe. Get to the river and follow it up the hill here to a waterfall and go inside. Get off your broom and you'll notice this dresser here. Or we're stuck. Awesome. This game still has its problems. It does have charm, but it still has its problems. My exciting reveal of the waterfall hidden area was ruined by landing on the broom and being unable to move. Anyways, run inside, interact with the dresser, and you'll notice this is Oliver's shop. So if there's anything you need to purchase from Oliver, you can do so by flying into the waterfall and purchasing the item here. And if you still need items, just go back to the cafe, sleep. You can go to Estelle, Lily and Poppy, and the dresser as often as you need to get these items. So again, we need Estelle's cake recipe, and I'm going to go back and get you the 5 recipes from Oliver just to make sure that I give them to you properly. They are the cream puff, the cornet, the muffin, the bread, and the cheesecake. So check Estelle's shop for cake. Any cloud furniture, any one piece of it. any non-spooky chair that has chair in the name. Oliver's shop for the 5 recipes, the cream puff, cornet, muffin, bread, and cheesecake, the single cloud furniture item, and the non-spooky chair, and check Poppy and Lily for the succulent chair and any other random chair. Once you have all of those items, we're going to return to our cafe. So we need all 6 of the recipes. We don't technically need them, but it's best to get them now. We need all of the furniture items for the quests we're about to do. So we need a single piece of cloud furniture. Unfortunately, we got a cloud wall deco from a quest. It does not count. It has to be a furniture item. This is why I specified a table, chair, or rug. We need a non-spooky chair to fill out our 3 different types of chair for the one quest for Zin. And then we need a succulent chair, which will help us with Safina's quest. So once you have all of those items, return to your cafe, and we're going to place them. So turn into a furniture arrow. We're going to place the succulent chair back here. We're going to place whatever non-spooky chair you got. Mine was an egg, so we'll just place this over here, out of the way. And then we need to place the cloud furniture we got, whatever that may have been. I got a cloud table. So again, we'll place it over here, which is kind of out of our walking path there. Once you have everything placed, we're going to go upstairs and go to sleep. Going to sleep also can help send villagers back to where they're supposed to be, so that if you're looking for them, they're not in your cafe, like Autumn there. Autumn is kind of a pain in the butt if she goes to your cafe, because you climb all the way up the mountain to see her. Fly into town. We're going to go talk to Maribel, which we haven't talked to her in a while, because she needed cloud furniture. So we're going to get off our room and chat with her, say, I did the thing, and continue through the text to turn in the quest. That's quest number 29 of 46 complete. Talk to her again. I wanted to talk to you about something, and work your way through the dialogue to advance the Arcade Hero quest. Now we're going to go up the hill to Blossom's house. She should be working in her garden in the backyard. Talk to her, and we're going to turn in the roll cake quest we got a long time ago. I think we had another opportunity to turn this in, but I didn't, so we're just taking care of it now. It's not that big of a deal. It didn't lock us out of anything to not have turned it in. So that's quest number 30 of 46 done. Return to your cafe, and you're going to go upstairs and sleep again. This is required after the Maribel quest to trigger the next Maribel quest, which includes pigeons hopping around the city. Generally, if a quest requires animals to spawn in or spawn out, you have to return home and sleep in order for those animals to show up. So that's what we're doing here. Get on your broom and fly into town to Maribel. And if for some reason this doesn't trigger, you may have to go home and sleep again, but you can see the pigeons are hopping around here. So talk to her and choose Need Anything, work your way through the dialogue, and you'll get the Dapper Doves Do Dastardly Deeds quest. Sorry, that should have taken a breath of air before I said that. That's quest number 38. There are 5 pigeons hopping around that all we need to do is pick them up and put them back down for the quest. I recommend pinning it to your HUD so you see the counter of the pigeons. That way you don't accidentally, pick up the same dove over and over. There's one up the hill on top of Blossom, or near Blossom's house. Pick them up. There's a second in the picket fence over by Ash's house, so pick them up if you can. Okay, that's just rude. You know what? Screw you. Be free. There we go. Second dove. And now the other three are hopping. Now it shouldn't be this easy to find them. I recommend picking up one, putting it on your head, picking up the second you find, holding it in your arms, and then running around until you find the third. That way you make sure you aren't picking up the same dove you've already gotten, but it shouldn't be that easy to find them. In fact, the last couple of times I've done this, one of them has glitched out and just been standing inside Maribel's shop. So wander around until you see all five, and then, or pick up all five, and then make sure the quest HUD for the quest tells you to talk to Maribel. That means you're good to return to her. Talking to her will turn in the quest. That's quest number 31 of 46 done. Get on the broom, and we're going to fly to Cutie City. And we need to talk to Zen. So go ahead and chat with her and say I did the thing, and that will turn in quest number 32 of 46. Talk to her again, need anything, and work your way through the dialogue to get the Saving Mr. Snuggles quest, which is quest number 39. Talk to Lee if he's here. Again, he can be down by the arcade, so keep an eye for that. Say I did the thing, and this will turn in the Arcade Hero quest, which is quest number 33 of 46. Talk to Lee again, work your way through, choose, yeah, it's pretty tough to guess your size, and this gets you the online shopping quest, which is quest number 40. We're going to return down to Safina again and talk to them. And unfortunately, it seems like Safina may be heading toward our cafe. Nope, she's working her way down to us. That's interesting. I've never known her to go up. Maybe she was in our cafe and was working our way back. Anyways, find Safina, talk to her, say, I did the thing. And that'll turn in the quest, which is 34 out of 46 complete. You need to have at least 1,300 beans for this quest, which at this point shouldn't be an issue. Talk to Safina again, and you can just spam A through this conversation. All the options we need are the dialogue options, and this is a rather long dialogue. So once you see the money be taken away, specifically the 300, slow down so you don't keep talking to her. I'm so sorry if you heard my hiccup. I tried to stop the recording in time, but I wasn't sure. But anyways, spam through. That's quest number 41 you got. You can spam A through the conversation and just slow down once you see the money being taken away so that you don't keep talking to her over and over again. That will advance the quest, and we can't do anything with it until we come back tomorrow. So we're going to fly over to the lighthouse now. Where hopefully Kai is waiting for us. Go ahead and talk to Kai. Say, I wanted to talk to you about something, and work your way through the dialogue. And now get on your broom, and we're going to fly up to Autumn. Again, I do recommend making sure that she's in her potion house. Or at least up on the mountain. Go inside or talk to her outside wherever she is. And select Rosa Created Flying Magic. Once the dialogue is done, assuming you talk to her up on her mountain, run outside and Inkwell should be hopping around here still. Go ahead and find Inkwell, pick them up, hit the select button to open your potions, and use the big small potion. This will make him large and unlock the Take Flight achievement, number 10 of 13 for 50G, getting us to 560 out of 1,000 total. And you can just leave him large, it doesn't really matter. Flying birds are cool, but they don't move as fast as the brooms, so it's kind of useless to give it to us now. I thought anyways. Talk to Autumn, we're going to choose Bird Big, and that will turn in the quest, which is quest 35 of 46 complete. Talk to her again, say I wanted to talk to you about something, and eventually choose Thanks, which is the default option. There's actually two different thankses, I just choose the left one. That advances Lily's quest. Talk to her again, choose Need Anything, choose maybe. Work your way through the default, then choose that sounds difficult, and you're going to have one more out-deliver your potions. That's really long. I'm not going to say the entire thing. That will get you the Spa Day quest, which is quest number 42. If you didn't manage to get the Nighty Night potion, go ahead and check her inventory for it to try and get it again. We do need to get it now. This is the last time we're going to be back here before we need it. So if you can't get it, teleport to the cafe, sleep, and come back until you can buy it. Otherwise, you have to wait like 10 or 15 minutes for the day to turn to night, and that's annoying. So I recommend grinding out or just sleeping and coming back up here until you can get the potion. Run outside because the broom is kind of a weird thing trying to control it inside the potion bottle. And we need to fly over to Lily and Poppy's. Talk to Lily wherever she is. Unfortunately for us, it doesn't seem like she's here. She is down by the lighthouse, so we're going to talk to Poppy first real quick. Say, I wanted to talk to you about something. That will advance Lee's quest. And now we need to go find Lily, who's down by the lighthouse. Lily might be there for you, but unfortunately she can be down by the lighthouse, so we'll have to fly over in my game here. Talk to her, say I did the thing, and work your way through the dialogue. Yep, no problem. And that will turn in the quest, completing quest number 36 of 46. Now we need to fly up to Freya's in the Snowbell Mountains, so go all the way back. And be thankful we have the broom. So go talk to Freya, who of course is not here. She's down in town. Awesome. That was my fault. I should have checked. Look, we made a big bear. But since we're up here, if this happens to you, we need to grab Rusty. So find Rusty the cat. Go ahead and pick them up and place them on your head. And we're going to fly into town and talk to Freya. It's extremely rude of her. I'm assuming she went over to Maya's. Nope, she went to our cafe. Again, apologies for this. The villagers can go all over the place, and it's quite annoying to make a step-by-step walkthrough with all the different spots they can go to. Go ahead and talk to Freya, say, I did the thing, and work your way through the dialogue to turn in quest number 37 of 46. And now we need to go around the mountain. You may remember when I told you the last time we were going up that we need to go around the mountain to get an animal. There's actually a shortcut here, but I'm going to show you the path you should take normally. From Rusty, we want to continue up the mountain, but don't take the steep path. Go to the right along this path, and we're going to follow it all the way around here. And there's a snow fox, an Arctic fox over here. So go ahead and walk into the Arctic fox, pick them up, hit left bumper, tell them to follow you. This is Sugar, the Arctic fox, animal number 50 of 63, and is the other fox, so feel free to open your animal tab if the animal type achievement had not popped for you. Then maybe this fox would trigger it. If not, it doesn't really matter. We'll keep trying. Go up to Lumi's onsen. I keep wanting to say onset because I've never really heard the word onsen before. Again, cultural buffoon I am. Go ahead and talk to Lumi. And select Need Anything and work your way through the dialogue to get Onsen Master, which is quest number 43. she wants us to add an Arctic fox to our cafe. So, turn around, find Sugar, hit left bumper, go to the cafe, and then talk to Lumi, select I did the thing, and that will turn in the quest, which is quest number 38 of 46 complete. Talk to Lumi again, select I wanted to talk to you about something, and work your way through the dialogue to advance Autumn's quest. Now we're going to teleport back into town, and we need to get up to Autumn's mountain again. So wait for your broom to spear you out of nowhere. There it is. Takes a while. And we're going to fly up to Autumn. Who again, hopefully is up here. Go ahead and run inside and talk to Autumn. Say, I did the thing, and then, yep, I talked to Lumi too, and then follow the dialogue through to the end to turn in the quest, which is quest number 39 of 46 complete. Talk to Autumn again, need anything, and you get the Hocus Focus quest. Now, this is where the B button can soft lock you out of finishing the quest, so do not use the B button to skip your text here. Talk to Autumn again, and go slowly here. Pull Rusty off of your head with B. Then talk to Autumn with A, and just press A to advance here. If you press B on a dialogue, you can soft lock you out of finishing the quest, which means your entire run for the quest achievement is void, and you'll have to go through the game again. I'm assuming it soft locks the quest. I wasn't able to get it to work for me when I did this. I tried sleeping and quitting out of the game and all that, and nothing got it back for me. So, big warning here. Don't skip text with B here. Use the A button or let it progress naturally. So say, I did the thing, and be very careful here once you press A. Work your way with the A button and select all no. This is the dialogue that if you press B, you're screwed. So press A here. And that works your way to the end of the quest to turn it in. That turns in quest number 40 of 46, and you get the Scones Recipe, which is recipe 20 of 21, and you're safe to use the B button now. If you don't want Rusty to follow you around floating for the rest of the game, I recommend running outside so you're on flat ground. Then open the Potions tab, pull out the floaty potion, and use X on Rusty to turn them back into a regular cat, and then tell them to be free so that they return to free roam. Return to your cafe. We're going to go upstairs and sleep again. We need to do this again to advance animal AI quests. So we're going to fly back up to Lumi's, but we're going to follow the walking path. Because the capybaras have escaped from the onsen, and we need to bring them back up to Lumi. So, help your broom find you by running across the bridge, and then work your way up the walking path. When you get to the first bridge, you're going to find a capybara. Go ahead and pick them up. This should be one of the big ones. And just say, follow me. Now we're going to head up to Freya's house, where the second large capybara is. This one has been very glitchy for me. Just an FYI, I had it like teleporting, like it was falling out of the sky over and over again. Luckily, I was able to spam X on it, and eventually I picked it up. I'm not entirely sure what to do if that happens to you. Just try spamming the X button, try sleeping, etc. I did sleep once and it was still doing it, so hopefully that doesn't happen to you. Pick up the second capybara here and select follow me. And now we're going to fly up to Lumi's, but again, we're going to follow the walking path so that the capybara AI doesn't glitch out entirely. Sorry, I apologize. We need to go back down to where Sugar the Snow Fox is. Around that corner. I apologize for that. That is my bad. I was moving too fast because of the glitch there. The small capybara fell off of this end and is over where Sugar the Arctic Fox was. go ahead and just pick them up and place them on your head. And now we're going to go up to Lumi's onset. So reach the path and head up to Lumi's. I apologize again. There's a lot of information to cover in this, and it's natural that I'm going to make a mistake somewhere in 2.5 hours. So run up to the onsen. Lumi has multiple spots she can be in her onsen once you introduce yourself to her. So if you don't see her in the front, don't fret. She may just be wandering around somewhere. And sometimes it can be hard to pick her out. There she is. Go ahead and talk to her. Need anything? Of course, that's fine. And that'll get you the Capybara Collection quest, which is quest number 45. Again, I recommend pressing right on the D-pad and pressing A on the quest to pin it to your HUD. And look around. Hopefully, the animal AI has teleported both of your capybaras to you. If it hasn't, pick up your small capybara and place them. Pick up whatever capybara has followed you and place them. And then check what name it was, Captain Baro. So we still need Friendo. What we're going to do is run to this edge. This overlook over here. And hope that this teleports the other capybara up to the onsen. Run back and look around, see if he's here. If he's not, we're going to take the broom and try to fly away. Just fly down to another section of the map. And you can actually double check the spots where they're supposed to be. And if they're still in the spots where they were supposed to be, you can have them join your party again and fly back up. The game is rather glitchy. Again, I love it. It has its charm, but it also has its problems. So head back up to the onsen, and this time both of them followed us up here. And you can actually see that the Capybara Collection quest is finished. Just keep an eye on that. If it does say talk to Lumi, you're good to go. If it still says 2 out of 3, you may have to pick up the Capybara and drop them into the water to complete the quest. So go ahead and talk to Lumi, say I did the thing. Again, I apologize for the randomness of that quest, but sometimes that stuff happens. That gives us the Taiyaki Recipe, which is recipe number 21 of 21, for completing quest number 41 of 46. That will unlock the complete kitchen achievement if you have gotten all the random recipes. For achievement number 11 of 13 for 120G, getting us to 680 out of 1,000. And now we're in the home stretch, folks. Barely anything left. Go up back to your cafe and head back to where the cat was. The big cat, right before the credits, laying on this entrance here. We're going to follow this entrance using our broom, but follow the path. When it turns left here, get off the broom, and you can find Tiny the cat here. I can't pick them up, though. There we go. Tiny the cat is 51 out of 63. Keep following the path, and you'll eventually find a cat in an inverted color bubble. This is Tack. Pick them up for animal 52 of 63. You're going to see Ranger, the large corgi, wandering over here. So go ahead and pick them up for animal 53. And then we're going to walk over to Rosa's house, and we'll see Boots the cat with an E instead of Boots the dog from earlier. And that's animal 54 of 63. Go ahead and talk to Rosa now. Select I wanted to talk to you, and work your way through the dialogue to advance Zin's quest. Unfortunately, I pressed B at the wrong time there. And now turn around, and we're going to ride the broom back to where Ranger was and take a left on the path. To the right will be Roly Poly the cat wandering over here. So pick them up. That's animal 55 of 63. And keep going this direction up the hill towards these mushrooms to see an alpaca. This is Softy, the alpaca, animal number 56 of 63. And now we're going to return to the path and go to the other side where these tall bushes and mushrooms are. There's a large black cat that wanders here. You might remember them from when we were looking for Rosa earlier. Go ahead and pick them up. This is Unfamiliar, the cat, animal 57 out of 63. Open up your potions tab and use the Nighty Night potion. Open up your potions tab again, right bumper to the toys, and select the toy on string. If you don't have it selected, you may still have the mousy toy. So hit left bumper by the black cat to play with them, and this will advance Rosa's quest. Now we're going to return to Rosa and turn in the quest. So talk to her and say, I did the thing. And this will turn in quest number 42 out of 46. Talk to Rosa again and work your way through the dialogue to get a blessing for the birds, which is the final quest we can pick up. Quest number 46. We need to find Daisy back in Golden Grove, so we're going to fly off in that direction. Again, there is a chance that Daisy could be at your cafe. But if she's not, she should be to the right of her house over here. Go ahead and talk to her. I want to talk to you about something. Work your way through the dialogue to advance the quest. Now we need to fly back to Rosa. This time I'm just going to follow the path so I don't have to worry about the trees. So go ahead and chat with Rosa. I did the thing. That will turn in your... we do have some dialogue to choose, sorry. Choose Go Birds when that pops up. And then that will work your way through the dialogue to finish and turn in the 43rd out of 46 quests. We're going to return to where the large black cat was. And go beyond it for a pond here. And there should be a cat wandering here. This is MySpace the cat. I apologize. Picking up animals has been kind of glitchy on my playthrough here. This is animal 58 out of 63. Go ahead and find your broom, which I have no idea where it went. There it is. Go ahead and write it, and go left up this hill to a path, and follow the path up to find Ghost Dog. Pick up Ghost Dog. This is animal 59 of 63. Get back on your broom and aim towards the water here, and we're just going to fly over it and kind of aim towards Autumn's potion here. When you get over here, fly to the left and look down, and you should see a very bright cat. Fly down to it, and then press Y to jump off your broom. Walk towards the back right leg, or the right side in general, and hit Y to mount the cat. And I recommend just writing it down to the ground to register that you picked it up. Now, this cat has changed its name twice. It was initially called Forest Spirit Cat, and then they changed it to Morgoth, and now it's Forest Spirit Cat again. So I don't know what's going on with that. I just want to mention both names in case it's different for you. That's animal 60 out of 63. And then below where Forest Spirit Cat was, there's another cat wandering, Tiger. That's animal 61 out of 63. Go ahead and just place Tiger back down on the ground. Get on your broom, and we're going to do the final things of the game. Fly over to Cutie City. The second tallest building is a purple building. Not the one with the spire or spoke on top or whatever. The one to the left has a cat on top. This is Calico 4D. So go ahead and pick them up. That's animal 62 of 63. We're going to jump down in this direction. And hopefully Safina will be down here and not wandering on us. Go ahead and talk to Safina. Say, I did the thing. And this turns in the investment quest that we did. And we get some of our money back. That's quest number 44 of 46 done. Now we need to find Lee. Again, he can be at the arcade, or he's usually on this street up here. Looks like he's down at the arcade for us right now. Or actually, I may have seen him buy something from our cafe, unfortunately. Let's double check that. I think he was in our cafe, so he may be on his way back. Yep, there he is. So we're going to meet him over on the ramp. Again, he should be on the street or at the arcade, but you may have to run up here to find him. Go ahead and talk to Lee. Say, I did the thing, and work through the dialogue. You can choose what when there's multiple dialogues. And this will turn in quest number 45 of 46. Now we're going to fly back down to Cutie City and talk to Zin. Talk to Zin, I did the thing. Work your way through the dialogue. The screen is going to fade to black, but you can still keep skipping everything while it does. And this will reveal the final animal, but that was the final quest done. So before we grab the animal, hit up on the D-pad and hit left bumper to get to the Townsfolk tab, and this should unlock the Helping Hand achievement. Number 12 of 13 for 160G, getting us to 840 out of 1,000 total. If you scroll down through all the villagers, every one of them should have 3 hearts next to their name. That means you found every single quest in the game. If one of those isn't there, you'll have to figure out which heart, is missing and for what character, and you'll have to go deal with their quest. There should be an active quest in your quest menu, and you can just work on that then. But I've covered every quest as we've gone through the game, so you shouldn't have any issues with that. And now finally, Mr. Snuggles is going to be wandering here. Sometimes he can go up the kind of ramp or hill here, so just keep an eye out for that. Pick them up. This is animal number 63 of 63. So press up on the D-pad, and the Animal Expert achievement will pop. Achievement number 13 of 13 for 160G, getting you your 1,000. Again, hopefully the animal type achievement popped for you. I don't want to say with 100% certainty that it's glitchy, but so far it seems to either be coded improperly or glitchy. So all 4 times I've done this, the achievement popped with the pig. Hopefully, if it didn't pop with the pig, it popped as you went through the game here. Unfortunately, if it didn't pop at all for you, you may have to go through the game again. You can reach out for the devs before you do that, but a playthrough to get all the animals will only take approximately 45 minutes, I think. From my initial runs of the game, that's a pretty good estimate. And that's all there is to it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. If you have any questions or comments for me, as always, reach out to me and I'll do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.